excited to be here today with someone whom I've been looking forward to chatting with, as I'm such a big fan of their work. Please welcome department head hairstylist and also makeup designer for Bridgerton, Nic Collins. It's so lovely to meet you.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you too. Thank you for the introduction. Sounded very good.
Well, I mean, it's true. You are incredible at what you do.
Thank you.
Before we get into everything Bridgerton, I have to tell you a big congratulations for your Emmy nomination, Outstanding Period or Fantasy Sci-Fi Hairstyling. I believe
Thank
this is
you.
your first official season of Bridgerton. You did Queen Charlotte in the past. So
So this, yes, season 4, the one that we're Emmy nominated for, is my first official Bridgerton season. Yeah.
so what does this nomination feel like for you? That's so exciting.
Um, Just the whole team were elated for it. It's just
Right.
it's so exciting. It's so rewarding that people think that they love the work, and the feedback we get from it is it's great. It's
Right.
fantastic.
Well, I'm so excited for you. It's so well deserved. Before we get into the specifics of the season, though, I want to ask you a little bit about your approach to the authenticity of the period and your research, because while at times it can feel very, common viewers might not have seen some of the things they see on screen because it's very fun and colorful, but I still know that you all do a great deal of research and prep before you get into a season.
Yeah, we do. We look at the authenticity of the period. It's really good to have a guide. And even though we make a fusion with modern to the period, we always stay true in some shape or form to the period to respect it. So the technically, we're always looking at the reality of what they really did, whether it's how they styled wigs or how the wigs dressed or the cages in the wigs. And we just kind of probably modernize by the materials that we use, because now we have faster equipment to help us. But we do stay true to the formation of the actual set or style. So the way that you put the dowling wood into the wigs to coil the hair, that's authentic. That's
Yeah.
how hair was coiled in the period. They would use hot iron, or they would use wood to style, and they would use boiling water because it was over animal hair and then let dry. And that's exactly how we do with the synthetic hair. We use boiling water to reshape. So we're always merging kind of the old with the new. It's just that we're fortunate to be creating them now when it's easier and we have easier access to we can order like all the wig that we want to be able to then repurpose and restyle, or we've got amazing makers that can knot the hair much quicker than knotting human hair is much quicker than knotting animal hair, which would be back in the day. So yeah, we're
Right.
always merging the two together and looking at that and just trying, because the viewers love that. They love the authenticity if it's there, and they're interested in it as well.
Yeah.
And we're interested in it. That's the challenge, is to collide the two periods together, the then and the now, and make it look good for people now, because you want people to look at it and go, I wouldn't mind wearing one of those wigs.
I feel that personally. I mean, I'd be wearing it
Yeah,
for this interview if I
many
could.
people would wear them. Why not?
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna dive right into this season, starting with the first episode, the waltz, which was the episode you were actually nominated for. We have this incredible masquerade put on by Violet Bridgerton, and each character is adorned in such incredible, unique looks. I read somewhere that there was something like 160 wigs for this episode. It's
Yeah.
massive. So, when you saw this episode in a script, what were your thoughts with all this
Just
work?
we were so excited, like, to come into Bridgerton and then to start with a ball. I mean, like,
Yeah,
wow, that's the best way to kick off, as a
right.
new team, to like really kind of get into the show, you know.
Yeah.
And it was brilliant. We worked with hand in hand with John and his team, costume, and each person, what was exciting, that each person, each character had their version of what they would think fancy dress was. in the
Mm-hmm.
Regency period. So each one was absolutely unique. It wasn't a one theme for everybody. It was every single wig was bespoke to the costume they were wearing and the character that they thought, it's like a home fancy dress party that you're
Yeah.
having, and you're just, you're making, and the people that could afford to be extravagant and the people that are just kind of styling their own hair a little bit, and the people that are wearing the massive wigs and going all out with the costumes. It was great. It was like it was exciting to come into that.
It's such a fun episode. I watched it a couple times, and every time I feel like I have a different favorite. Sometimes it's Lady Danbury as Zeus. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
just it's hard to
yeah.
pick one, and I'm sure you probably can't pick one either because it's they're all
No,
so much
I
fun.
I love them all, and
Yeah.
I love the Joan of Arc with Eloise. I mean,
Oh,
it's just so perfect for her character, you know.
yes.
So
So
it's
good.
all of them. They all look good.
Someone else who's notorious for looking good all the time is, of course, Queen Charlotte. Everyone has been talking about this cage hair with the crown inside, and I actually got to go to Netflix Studios a couple of months ago now, and I got to see it in person, and it was
Wow.
show-stopping seeing it in person. I mean, she's so extraordinary; she doesn't even need a mask. She's the queen. You know who she is. So,
She's not wearing a mask. She is the queen. She's not hiding.
right,
Like, no
not
chance.
with this thing on. So
No.
tell me the thought behind a specific piece, because I actually think it's quite beautiful once you understand the meaning behind it too.
Yeah, so the piece we wanted to be able to see through. We didn't want something solid, but it's like we wanted to create the universe and the stars. That was the original goal. Was because of her love of George. I always love, obviously because I did Queen Charlotte, I always
Yeah.
hold really true that storyline and her love, and like that must have been so hard, like in reality. And so we wanted to create the universe with stars because he was so into astronomy. And so that was creating a cage where it's like, what do we put in the cage? It's like, what could be so precious that could be? And it kind of just led, I started looking at crowns, the real crowns, and then came upon this actual crown, which I think is the celebration crown. Uh, and it's just beautiful. And at the time, we were playing around with hair art, which they created kind of in Victorian time, and just kind of got excited by that, and what we were looking at people's websites and people that could do this hair art, and thought this is really good fun. And it's also, you can mold the hair in a different way because it's held by wire. So then I decided to see if I could break the real crown into pieces. By breaking it into pieces, we could recreate those pieces using hair art and then put it together as a real crown to kind of emulate the real crown. And it just worked. It just, we created the pieces and we did some mock-ups for it, and it just seemed to flow that she would be wearing the crown in a cage, and it also signifies that she's caged by that crown. So there was like a double meaning to it as well, and her love for George, you know. So it kind of it just flowed together. Once you get thinking in one direction, they then, you use the script and the storylines and what and you kind of, you can easily kind of tell a story and start bringing little thoughts in, and then going, actually we could translate that by doing this.
Yeah.
And it's like the Tree of Life, the other one that you've got on there. So I always wanted to do braiding, but how do you get the braiding and how do you get it 18th century kind of height? So it kind of felt like the roots, the braids at the front are almost the roots of the tree going up. And there's 13 branches in that wig,
Mm.
and each branch obviously represents one of her children, her branches.
Wow.
It's like her tree of life. And
Yeah.
it's adorned by little silver leaves and trinkets. Yeah, so, and then the other one you've got on there is the butterflies, and that was for the scene where she allows Danbury to go. Danbury wants to go, and what better way than a friend with a butterfly to allow somebody to fly away,
I didn't even think of that.
So
That's really quite
yeah.
beautiful.
And then the same with the bird cage one. So the bird cage, all the hair flowers are ivy, zinnias, and freesias, and they all represent friendship, strength, and loyalty. And then you've
Yeah.
got the two doves sat in the cage, which is her and Danbury. So it's always looking for those moments where we can translate.
So I mean, it really shows to everyone listening and watching that I mean there is a lot of subtle storytelling happening in her hair that I think people should pay attention to, because it kind of gives clues to how she might be feeling at the time, whether it's sad and caged or happy for a friend, so they could finally branch out and do something new.
Yeah, and there's also the Easter egg that I don't think has been revealed before now, that every wig has something silver in there.
Oh, okay. I like that. Well,
So
you
the
heard it
silver
here
lady.
first. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, another character that we introduced this season who I just absolutely adored was Sophie. And this season, we actually got to spend a lot more time in the downstairs of the Bridgerton household. Get to see, I mean, it's still quite luxurious, but when you go down the stairs, you get to see what the real people look like who are making this family run. Seeing Sophie's hair up when she was downstairs, I was wondering if you could kind of talk about how you were able to kind of disguise her past.
Yeah, obviously Sophie is a maid, and each household has a livery uniform, and the hairstyle is a uniform of the house.
Mm,
Each livery wig on the male is styled in a unique style of that house. It's like them wearing the purple lilac dresses. That hairstyle is specific to the Bridgerton household, and
right.
every maid that is in the Bridgerton household has to wear this hairstyle. So all the styles that she has while she's as a maid are bespoke to that house that she's working in. We wanted at the beginning for her to be very simple and almost to be very tight,
Yeah.
and almost like she's trying not to get criticism from anywhere or anything
Mm.
by just keeping herself very well groomed and no frivolity whatsoever.
And I love the braid. I was going to ask you also, like, how does texture play a role in your process? Especially, I mean, with Queen Charlotte and Sophie.
Yeah, absolutely. We choose often. We choose the text. We try to stay true to our actors as well,
Mm,
uh, with texture. But it also the texture can, whether it's flat and ironed and sharp, that can say something about somebody, or whether it's soft and coils or curls and quite disheveled, or hair tells an amazing story about somebody and how they want to appear to the world,
right.
whether, and like the masquerade, whether they're in disguise or whether they're true to who they actually are.
Yeah. Like Violet Bridgerton, I felt like had a really
Ah,
softer approach this season
yeah.
compared to the, kind of buttoned up Violet we got to
Yeah,
know in the past.
which was lovely, and we actually got her hair down, which was gorgeous, and soft and romantic. It,
Yeah.
it was a real season of love in from coming from all directions, whether that love's friendship or romance. So it was really lovely to soften her off.
Yeah.
And she's got beautiful tones of like gold through a Violet's hair, and they really glint under the light. So we just tried to soften everything, and she's even got wisps kind of coming down that she can play with when she's kind of feeling embarrassed or feeling nervous. So it was
I,
lovely. It's that
I love
minute
that.
detail that happens in real life that we try and then put into the character's hair, depending on what they're doing with their story arc.
Yeah, and it adds to the performance too, to be able to twirl the hair and add to a little bit of the bashfulness of it too. I think that's
Yeah,
really
and for it to look real, in a sense that not just look, but be able for the actor to be able to play with the hair, because it feels real to them. It is the hair.
huge. Congratulations to department head hairstylist and makeup designer for Bridgerton season 4, Nic Collins. Thank you so much for joining me. I had such a fun conversation. I hope everyone will check out Bridgerton and see all of her and her team's amazing work on the screen. The Costume House with Spencer Williams is a production of The Art of Costume. This episode was hosted, produced, and edited by Spencer Williams. To discover more conversations with the designers shaping film, television, and theater, Visit theartofcostume.com or follow us on social media at The Art of Costume. And don't forget to connect with me on Instagram at Host Spencer. If you enjoyed this conversation, be sure to follow and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts or watch on YouTube. And stay tuned for more episodes celebrating the designers shaping today's most captivating films, television series, and stage plays.